So let's talk today about emotions. So I heard someone share that there's four things that you can do with emotions. You can resist them, which I'm very familiar with that. You can avoid them, you can react to them, or you can allow them. And the process of allowing is very different than the first three. So this process of feeling our emotions was something that was very new to me. I was used to the avoiding and reacting and resisting. So I want to share with you something that has really supported me in the allowing. So for me, what I notice is the first thing that I do when I notice that sensation, something is up, right? An emotional charge is I take a breath into it, right? It really helps me to kind of lower out of the fight or flight and to bring in that curiosity. The second thing that I do is I try to name it. Don't worry if you don't know the name exactly. It's okay. The idea is just to see if you can figure out, like, what is that? Is that kind of some worry? Is it frustration? Is it fear? Is it anxiety? Is it, something else? See if you can name it. There's really, it can really help take our brain out of the fight or flight when we can kind of know what we're working with. So that can be really, really helpful. Like, oh, this is some anxiety. Okay, take another breath. Instead of going into my head and trying to solve the things, which I normally want to do, I take a breath and go into my body. See if you can be an observer and figure out, where do you feel this emotion? If you were to describe it to somebody who had no idea what emotions were, what would you tell them? You'd be like, oh, it's kind of like hot, right? Or it's vibrating in my chest, or my stomach feels empty and like it's a knot, or my shoulders feel tense, or my face feels flushed. What is it? See if you can describe the physical sensations that that creates in you. This can really help us continue to observe it, like, oh, yeah, this is anxiety for me. It's clammy, it's my vibrating chest. I feel a little empty in my stomach. Okay. Yep. Felt this one before, right? We're just starting to get curious about what that's like in our body. And I really like to add the words, it's okay. I am feeling this anxiety. It's vibrating my chest, my stomach, and it's okay. Right? Our emotions are there to show us things, to like give us a signal. And so by being able to go in instead of away, we find out what those are. And sometimes it's just like, watch out, you're going to speak on stage. This is something you should be worried about. Right? And we can see that for what it is and recognize, like, yeah, I see you there, emotion, but I'm okay. And it's okay that I'm feeling that too. I found that almost like this process helps me validate my emotions, where I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm experiencing. This is what I'm feeling. I can almost ask that emotion, what are you here to show me? And sometimes that's all that we need. I just needed to be, that emotion wanted to be heard. It needed to be listened to. And then I can see it. And then I can decide how I want to move forward. So, this process of breathing, naming it, finding it in your body, recognizing that our body knows what to do with it, it's been so, so powerful. Take another breath into it and allow it to move and see what you can gain from there. So I'd love to hear if this resonates with you. It's been something that continues to support me. I'd love to hear what you find helps you the most as you're processing through emotions.